And the real estate is not hard, especially like
No,
I
it's
know.
not. But the job is hard.
Is the job is hard.
I'm not a real estate agent, but I know a lot about it. I have a lot of friends that are real estate agents. I bought and sold many times. I know about it. People have suggested that I become a real estate agent because I know a lot about it, but it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, it's one of those jobs where the more you put into it, the more time you put into it down the road, it's great.
Yes.
But you have to invest a lot of time. If I were 20 years old, I'd probably become a real estate agent because I love houses. I can talk about different houses. I know this, a lot about them, the style, the age, what needs to be done. I can walk into a house and go, okay, this just needs, a little bit of work and you can have a great house, or this needs way too much work, or the price is too high, or this price is a good price, but it needs a lot of work. You need to put in 100,000 into it, blah, 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 blah.
Gotcha. So
But I don't have the time to
what's
invest.
bring you to why you are interested in the photos, like the portraits? Why you are interested in the video? How come?
I'm all over the place. That's the problem. I've always been like that. I mean, I went to art school and I could do ceramics, I could do film, I could do drawing, I could do photographs, I can paint. I want to paint, get into painting. And that was the reason I never became a success, because you cannot branch out in too many different ways. I mean, I studied filmmaking and then I went to New York and I just wanted to break in, at some studio doing anything, as an assistant. And I got a little bit of work, but then you can't live in Manhattan on $100 a day. You just, you can't.
No.
You just can't afford it. So I had to come back and I...
So you studied film for 1 year, is it?
4 years. I have a degree. My bachelor's degree is in filming, yeah.
Wow.
Screenwriting and filmmaking.
Sick.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I got a master's degree. When that didn't work out, I said, I used to cut hair. That's why I did that for a while. That's practical.
Oh, so you can...
I can do hair, yeah. That's why a lot of these photographs...
You can do like a cut hair for the guest, too. Dancing, cut hair.
Blow the hair out, yeah.
Yes.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Oh, no.
But that's one of the reasons why I can do the photographs, the portrait photographs. I can, make them look good, make them look attractive.
That's another talent you have.
Yeah.
Portraits. I looked at them and they look
Yeah.
good.
And not to be rude, but a lot of those people don't look like that when they're sitting across from you.
Oh, okay.
They look they look like real people.
Okay.
Like everybody, every magazine, every celebrity, when you look at a photograph, you see them on film, that's not how they look when they step out of the shower. They're rough looking and they look like everybody else. They're just people. They're human beings. They don't glow with no hair all blown out. No one looks like that, men or women. They're completely covered in makeup and styled and, and the lighting. We think that they're gods. They're just people.
And
they also have work done, their faces are all lifted.
Can you do that? I mean, like you
plastic surgery? No, I can't do that.
No, in the Photoshop.
Yes, I can.
And you learned that?
Yeah, that's because I can draw. I can do anything creative. I can do. But again, the problem is I didn't focus. I should have just choose one. Someone should have slapped me down and said, "Choose one."
Even the
and
video
get really good at it.
Even the video on the still, like some people do the video, some people do the photos. They don't do them together.
Correct.
And some people do the video only. They don't do the editing. I have the same problem. I want to do everything.
And it's not a good thing, unfortunately. I mean, I wanted to be a film director. That's what I wanted to be, because I'm good I can read a script or write a script and I know exactly what I want. But what a director does is it tells you, okay, set the camera up this way, you get the audio that way. You delegate.
Would you do that? So you promise your audience for 2020 movie for your audience on YouTube?
I don't know.
Well, they just you just tell them you do it or you couldn't do it. You cannot do it. What do you think? Because that will be on the YouTube and you cannot back up.
Well, what I want to do is, because I have so much footage of other stuff, I want to take this footage, recut it, and put that. As far as new stuff, you know Orson Welles? He's a filmmaker who was very famous. He made one of the best films, or if not the best film ever made. Anyways,
No.
he said, I think it was Orson Welles, he said, to be a painter, you need a brush. To be a writer, you need a pen. To be a filmmaker, you need an army.
Oh, yes.
Meaning you need a huge amount of people to be a filmmaker.
Yes.
Set up scenes, to set up locations, to set up the cameras,
Yeah.
the microphones, lighting.
Yeah.
You need electricians, key grip, gaffer. You know, you can't just... The way I made films was a movie camera and some friends of mine.
Yes, and there is other now the technology. The one camera can do everything. Now, before you have to do the focus manually. Now the camera can do it, and the microphone.
When I did it
good.
right, I used to use what they call a Steenbeck. It was the size of a refrigerator with the film, very primitive.
Yes, and so now what the Casey Neistat he
No,
do
you
the
can make a film with this. You can make
Yes,
a movie, and people do.
He said that because a lot of people ask him what the camera should I use. He said is the story. The film is like story. Then there will be the camera and the lighting and microphone all serve the story. So the most important thing is the story.
Yeah. Well, you can't make a movie without a strong screenplay. You have to write it out, and that's what I did too. I studied
Many
screenwriting.
people focus on the other things and they don't
Correct.
have the
It's all
story.
style, but no substance.
So
the
kind of-
substance is the story. The style is the lighting and the atmosphere and the location. But if it's not about anything, who cares? It's a beautiful beach scene, and the lighting is just right, and the waves are rolling.
Yeah.
But what is it? What's it about?
Yes.
Who are the people? What about the people? What are they saying? What's their background? What's going to happen? You need that story. It has to be very, very strong. You can't make it up as you go. The screenplay has to be written from beginning to end, completely. You don't just make it up. That's
Yes.
a crap movie. You know, you have to have it. Every scene, you can cut and make scenes out of sequence as long as you have a strong story, as long as you know. But if you just go in a different direction with this scene because it seems cool, it's not going to work.
So now you have the story. We have cameras and microphone and lighting. Why? And some people to act, make them famous. Why don't you do it?
Well,
Well,
because the stories I wrote are more involved. You can write a screenplay knowing, okay, I've got 3 actors and I've got an apartment. That's a story you write very tight about 3 people in an apartment.
Yes.
But if you're writing a story about
So you want
12
to?
people who fly a balloon across the ocean
That's really.
in
And you
help
can
elephants.
do them. You can do them with the green screen. Like we can. Okay, when they will expect your first podcast or first movie short film, I'm not gonna leave you until you say give them a date, and I'll put it on YouTube on your channel.